It could outfly and outrun any enemy missile. Flying at Mach 3, near the edge of space, it required new technologies for virtually every part of the aircraft. The project was cloaked in secrecy. A difficult task for a machine so fast, its test range extended from California to Florida.
When the U-2 proved vulnerable to enemy missiles, Johnson and his team went back to work. And what they dreamt up was the fastest, highest flying airplane ever built, the SR71 Blackbird. President Lyndon B. Johnson announced its existence in 1964. In so doing, he changed its name. It had been called RS-71, but the president misspoke. The SR-71 Blackbird was either an airplane designer's nightmare or most profound challenge.
The SR-71 was the hardest program in which I've ever been involved. Everything about it had to be invented. With an airplane that has a skin temperature running to about 600 degrees Fahrenheit while cruising, you can roast a loin of pork by just hanging it outside of the canopy if you want to.
The Blackbird is capable of speeds beyond Mach 3, where speed means heat. Heat turns the skin color black. When the aircraft is cool, taxiing out to the active runway, it's said to be operating loose, which means its titanium body leaks JP-7 fuel. It will be 10 minutes or so into supersonic flight before it heats up enough to expand its shape nearly half an inch, closing off the leaks. The Blackbird takes off with only a portion of its fuel. Minutes later, it fuels in flight because its two Pratt & Whitney J58 engines burn about 8,000 gallons an hour. And in that hour, the Blackbird can cover 100,000 square miles, taking thousands of pictures in the most minute detail. It is so fast that after being shot at more than 1,000 times, no Blackbird has ever been caught by enemy missiles. Two Blackbirds fly for NASA as high-altitude research laboratories. Test pilot Steve Ishmael has flown the SR-71, so we asked him how it feels to handle all that speed.
The feel of the airplane is very remarkable at speed like that. You really feel like you have a lot of thrust available and that the airplane is very sturdy. The SR, to my way of thinking, is a very elegant design. It has essentially full-span elevons on the trailing edge of the wings, and both rudders move, and the whole rudder moves about 80% or so of its height. And of course the elevons, they move differentially for roll and they move symmetrically for pitch. And that's all that you have to control the flight path of the airplane, and it does so quite well. The control system on the SR is conceptually original equipment like that. But the control system that implements it has been updated. It uses 3 digital computers that both run the inlets, the engine, the spike, this big spike here, and the doors, and it runs the autopilot, moves the elevon surfaces, as well as the rudders. And the control laws are very nice. Basically, many times the airplane in normal flight, it flies itself on autopilot. The airplane's performance now is, its design point is 3.2 Mach, and it can fly up to 85,000 feet. You feel very much, particularly at altitude and speed, you feel like you can fly just about anywhere you want. And I share with everybody else, it's a very beautiful airplane to look at.
As a military bird, the SR-71 has retired. It is estimated that the cost of operating an SR-71 is about $250,000 per hour, and so the fleet was mothballed in 1989. The military reconnaissance role has been taken over by satellites and less glamorous aircraft with high-tech electronic snooping sensors and infrared eyes. On one of its last flights for the U.S. Air Force, The SR71 Blackbird set speed and time records, flying from Los Angeles to Washington, D.C. in 68 minutes, 17 seconds, at an average speed of 2,112.5 miles per hour.
Join me again next time for First Flights.